Okay, I think we are live. Can you check on your phone, Abby?
Yes. Hi, Sophie.
Okay, hello,
Hi,
everybody.
everyone.
You know, I really love those calls on Monday. I have a student that says that her and her wife, when her wife sits down for dinner, my student thinks, okay, she's just going to relax, we're going to talk. And she puts on our calls, Abby, so that they can listen to them together. Isn't that sweet?
It's so sweet. It
Yeah.
really is the sweetest.
Yeah. So, Kim, I love you. And I love sharing your meals.
Oh, yes, that's so sweet. We're sitting down to dinner with everyone.
I know. That's really great. All right, today we have a great question, right, Abby?
Yeah, we do. We have a wonderful question.
Can you read it for me?
Yes. So the question is, how do you deal when you have lost faith? And what is faith in the ego world?
All right, so that's very good. So
Great
faith,
question.
ego world, and losing faith, right?
Yeah. How do you deal with losing faith? Yeah.
Okay, so okay, I love that question, by the way.
Great question.
Yeah, really great.
Super
All
great.
right, so the first thing to contemplate is, let's see, how am I going to get about, is what faith is, right? So before you say you've lost faith, just hold on, okay? Hold on. Maybe there is a way where you can never, ever lose it. You might not be present to it, right? But when we talk about what faith is, then you might say, okay, I didn't lose my faith. I'm just not connected and aligned, right? So the first thing in the ego world and faith, right? Before we go to faith. Well, I don't think there is faith in the ego world, right? So let me recap what the ego world is. The ego world was originally starting to survive the physical world. We had to stay alive with the dangerous animals, nature. We had to feed ourselves. We had to find energy outside of ourselves, right? To stay alive physically. And we did, because we're still around. All right. Then at one point, and people say, I think I've said it again, so if you've heard it, I've said it already, but if you heard it, you can hear it again. But some people say it's when we started to plant wheat, because for the first time, there was ownership. You had a field, you had to tend it, you had to water it, you had to protect it, and it became yours. Right? So this possessiveness and this ownership, which is totally based on an illusion, right? Nobody owns any part of anything, but that started the ontological survival. Okay? So the ego world is entirely designed to survive, and it is a feeding frenzy on external energy. Right? So it's directed towards the outside, and where can I get energy from?
Yep.
All right. So, by the way, do not make the ego wrong. We have progressed. We have done a lot of progress. Do not make the ego wrong. It's just over.
Yep. Yeah.
It's just over. That's it.
Yep.
It's over. We've done it. And now it's time to move to something else, right?
Yeah.
So in the ego world, faith is being totally aware, totally conscious of the fact that we don't know where we're coming from. We don't know where we are going. The game of life is a game where you forget who you really are. You have no control, no certainty. You don't know what's going to happen in the next minute. And there is the abysmal void with your soul, right? Because you forgot.
Yes.
Okay. So faith is when you accept that you know nothing. The only thing you know is that you know nothing. That's what Socrates said. You do not know why you're doing what you're doing. You do not know why you're feeling the way you're feeling. You don't know why you're incarnated in that body, in that family, with that color of skin,
Mm.
with that intellect, with that body. You don't know anything. I mean, truly, nothing. So when you can be with the most profound mystery of the divine, and you offer yourself to that mystery, not knowing anything, and you offer your life, your thoughts, your emotion, your lack of knowing, your hope, your fears, all surrendered to the divine. That's faith.
Wow.
Right? So that doesn't work for the ego.
Right. The not
The
knowing
ego.
is.
The ego wants to know, right? So then you have belief.
Mm.
That's the ego world. That's how faith got shifted. Do you know the famous left turn?
Yes, that
So
famous
why,
left turn.
yeah, why is belief the word of the ego? Because if you believe in red, Abby, and I believe in pink, well, you're going to be wrong for me, and I'm going to
Yes.
be wrong for you, and I'm going to be right that pink is better than red, and that I have the truth.
Mm.
And you can actually examine belief. Is that I don't need to believe in the moon. I don't need to believe in the sun. I don't need to believe in what the flowers, the sea,
Wow. Yeah. Reality doesn't
right?
need.
Because
Yep.
it's actually see them. I don't need to believe in them. So
Yep.
belief is created when you can't cope with a mystery. You just can't. Right?
Yeah.
So let's make a story and believe the story. That's a little bit the conspiracy theory, right? Like they
Yeah.
can't cope with what is like a virus that just would be the consequences of us destroying nature and animals. No, there must be a man-made person that wants to take my life over. And I always love because people say to me, well, you should protect yourself, be careful what you write, because people, and I actually have nothing to hide. I mean, I
Mm.
really cannot imagine somebody being interested in knowing when I brush my teeth. And if they are really interested, they're very welcome.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to know about how I hang my clothes? You're very welcome. I mean, I have nothing to hide,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, facing the ego world, I am always very careful with language so that I, for myself, make this distinction between the world of survival and the world of the spiritual world, right? So I attribute beliefs to the ego world and faith to when you are so connected to the mystery of it all. So it is, you know, you and I were talking about it right recently, but I know it's difficult because we are asking to totally trust in a mystery, right? We
Yeah.
are asking to be connected to what we don't know. But get connected anyway.
Uh-huh.
We're asking to trust the universe. We have no idea what the universe is really.
No clue.
And we know that the answer is love, but the universe and the fabric of the universe is love doesn't make much sense either. Right? So that's faith.
I love it. It's all quite absurd, really.
Totally. Totally. Yeah.
Yep.
And then people will attack you, right? Say, well, you need something. No, I don't need belief.
Mm.
I don't need belief. I don't believe in anything.
Wow.
I have this most profound faith
Mm.
that everything is perfect, that the universe doesn't make mistake, And as much as the divine stays a mystery, I can experience the goodness and the love and the deliciousness
Oh,
of that space, that faith. And that's all I need.
wow.
Mm. Now, I do understand people that
Mhm.
need structures, right? I understand, like my
Right.
mother goes to church every Sunday, and structures are good for some people, but watch out for belief. When you believe in X and somebody else believes in Y, you know, we have fought wars in the name of God more than
Yeah.
anything else in the entire
Right.
world. We've killed more
Mm.
in the name of God than anything else. That cannot be.
Mm-mm.
Right? That has absolutely irreconcilable with love. You can't
Yeah.
reconcile it.
And I what I hear from what you're saying too is that you can disentangle faith from belief and still go and honor whatever your spirituality is or whatever your religion is
Yeah.
without clinging to the needing it to be that way.
Not needed to be right already. That would be
Right.
great, right? You don't need
Yes.
to be right. It just works for you. Great, go for it. Like, you know, I love to go and listening to gospel, or then
Yeah.
I go to empty churches a
Yes.
lot, right? I went to ashrams, right?
Yep.
But I don't need to believe in any of it.
Mm.
But
Right.
and look at the freedom, right? Just to have faith that you know nothing. It's absolutely delicious. You just revere a mystery. So you don't even know what you're revering.
Wow.
But the closest is love. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that the answer to everything is love. But it's such a freedom not to believe in anything.
Mm.
It really is great. Like, I don't believe in meditation. I don't believe in yoga. I don't believe in science. I don't believe in
Right.
religion. I don't believe in philosophy. I don't believe in anything. It's really freeing. I'm listening to all of it.
Wow. I
So
love
I
what
say,
you're
oh, how
saying.
fascinating point of view, and how fascinating, and how great. I didn't think of it that way. But nothing gets stuck. Nothing gets rigid.
That's beautiful.
And we know that the movement of the universe is constantly in movement. I know, really, that was very zen. The movement of the universe is in movement. That was good, Abby.
Very good.
that was really good,
The movement
everybody.
is
Right?
always
Yeah.
in movement. Yep.
Yeah. The movement is always in movement, right? So the universe is always in movement, right? So you can see that belief freezes something.
Yes. Oh, I love that. I can feel it as you're speaking. It's like as soon as I hook into something, I'm sort of trapped by it. I have to be inside of that specific world, whereas you can participate in so many realms of life without clinging to any one
The
aspect.
moment you cling, you freeze.
Yep.
Right?
That's
Do you
beautiful.
know, Abby,
I love
that
that.
is why in ancient time, all there was is a word, right? So there was tales, like,
Yes.
how do you say?
Oral
Stories.
history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stories around the fire, the campfire, whatever. People transmitted knowledge through speaking.
Yes.
And then the next person will shift and move and add. It was all moving, right?
Yeah.
I got very nervous about writing my book because you freeze it.
Right. It gets frozen in time in that.
Yes. And I go on moving, but my book is frozen.
Wow. Wow. And you know what I love in what you just said too, is it actually frees you to see other people in that same way. Like any book you read is one moment frozen in time, and it doesn't mean anything about those words or that person or that time period. Wow.
Yeah. So the question, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was actually just going to go back to the question and ask you. So this person also asked, what do you do when you've lost faith?
Yeah.
So what do we
All
do
right,
when we're in a time of life?
So now that, I mean, you can never lose faith because you're not a human being having a spiritual experience. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. So you are always the mystery of the divine yourself. You made of it. You are it. You are love, right? So you can't lose it. So first, relax. Relax. You cannot lose it, but you can not experience it.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that is bad enough, right?
Oh, it's yeah,
Yeah.
it feels horrible. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Mm.
you have to, oh, I just have compassion for human being. You do not need, you really do not need to not be well
Mm.
and happy. If you are suffering, if you are unwell, if you have emotions that are uncomfortable, if you are down and depressed or miserable, just know it's just that you have disconnected from your soul, right? So there is so much available.
Mm.
There is so much available for you to reconnect to the spiritual and the divine, right? There is meditation, hypnosis, there is my course,
Yes.
A
Yep.
Beautiful Human, right? Where you will definitely remember who you really are. There is books, YouTube videos, podcast, masters, spiritual masters. I mean, we're
Endless.
living in the most extraordinary time of our evolution because there is really a part of the population that is stuck in the past,
Yeah.
in the survival, in the ego, in spending their life creating a personal and empire, in wanting more, in making it, in relating to other from a personality to another personality, right? But there is a whole other side of the world population that is growing,
Yes.
that is looking to elevate toward the spiritual,
Yes.
right? And reconnecting to their soul.
Yes.
So go there. Find a teacher that speaks to you, that you can relate to. I've had so many teachers, so many masters. You know, that's one of the things that I miss the most in my life is that a few years ago, not long, but I got a message from somebody in the middle of the Amazon forest that called me. I was in New York. I tell you, it was amazing, right? She said, I
Wow.
have a message for you. I said, where are you? She said, I'm in the middle of the Amazon forest. I'm just taking the essence of the plants and making it into oil and all that. I said, you know, great. What's the message? She said, you have to stop being a student. You have to be the teacher. I said, oh, but I love being the student. She said,
Wow.
no, you have to stop. You have to stop. You have to take the risk. And she was right. I didn't want to be just
Mm.
the teacher because it's delicious to be a student, right? So if you're at that place in your life, in that area of faith and the divine, the spiritual, remembering who you really are, just get a teacher. Get a teacher. If this one doesn't work, get another one, get another one. There is so many.
Mm.
And not follow and believe, don't believe, right? But take what you need to experience that connection.
Mm.
Okay? And don't make yourself wrong. Please don't make yourself wrong. There is just two magic questions. What is there to learn? What is there for me to give up? It's part of your journey. No problem whatsoever. This is a game.
Wow.
Sometimes it's pleasant and sometimes it's not.
Mm.
And we love you, whatever you feel like.
Yes. Yes, we do. We really do.
Yeah. And we hold you.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful.
Abby, you are my best listener. You know that? Whatever I say, you get it. I can feel your love and your heart opening every single time we speak.
Oh, Sophie,
Yeah.
thank you for saying that. And that's how I feel. I love to sit with you. I love the experience of no matter how many times we sit together in any version, I always get something from your experience and your wisdom. So thank you.
Great.
I love these calls.
Right.
So everybody, I'll just plug if you have a question, we do these calls every Monday. I will put the link below. We have a little page where you can go and type a question if you want. And you're always welcome to just post it on the Facebook page or underneath. We'll get them. So thank you for being with us.
Oh, and Abby, can we tell everybody that we're going to do a survey because we want to know a
Oh,
few
yes.
things. Please
Yes.
answer our survey. And you need to look for our email, which is support@sophiemclennan.com.
Yep, that's right.
Put it in your contact, right? Support@sophiemclennan.com. And we
Yes.
want to know what day of the week is the best for you to have calls. What day of the week, what time of the day,
Yep. What kinds of topics you might be
what kind of
interested
topic?
in
Yeah.
for upcoming seminars, and we're considering putting together an upcoming course. So we just kind of want some feedback.
Yeah, and what will support you the most in your life? You know,
Yes.
yeah.
What do you need? Where are you in life? That's, Sophie, we've talked a lot about, and then we can wrap up, but we've talked a lot about this movement towards you just want to contribute. So that's what we want. So we want to know exactly what it is that you're going through so that we can do that in the best possible way we can.
Yeah, I was talking to my students 2 days ago and they said, non-violence. We want to know about non-violence because we can be violence in the smallest area of our life. And I thought, wow, non-violence, that's a great topic, right?
It's a great topic.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
wouldn't have come up with it in that way for a seminar. So it's
Yeah.
beautiful to
Yeah.
get the feedback.
Yeah. So please look for our email. You should have it soon.
That's right.
All right, everybody, we love you all. Do you want to look at to see if there is any questions?
I just did. I didn't see
No?
anything
Okay.
for today, and we had some folks here with us watching. So thank you for all of you that are here with us. We love having you here.
Okay, much love, everybody. Much love. We'll see you next week or before if you're on our calls.
Much love,
Bye.
everyone.